The what? I mean, I know what I'm gonna say.
There you go. Yeah.
I forgot to replace one of them. Fuck, that's what I was gonna do this
Yeah, I
week.
was thinking of replacing after I saw Tim's and
Hey, what were you gonna replace?
I'm just gonna retcon one of them.
Make a new one. Make a new one. We got time before our boy arrives.
No,
You
it's
can
because I have to find the pictures again.
you can just say it. Just make it after.
Okay, I want
I-
to show what I mean by sending a picture. Sorry, this is off topic, but yeah, you can show. This is a picture of Riker straight on. He's been doing this with his head the entire time. It's like a side eye.
Dude, he's in a Shaft anime. He's doing the head tilt.
But he's been doing this all day.
Bombastic side.
Like he's facing straight towards me, but his head won't leave this angle.
It is actually the bombastic side eye.
Yeah, bombastic side.
Right? Like that's why I'm like concerned because I'm just like, brother, why do you keep looking right?
He
like-
sees things.
But like that's what I don't know. I'm trying not to overfuss about it. It's so difficult though.
He's checking his corners.
He's clearing the desk corner real well.
Yeah.
He's holding that angle.
He's got a shorty. I just don't know it yet. I'm screwed. I put my foot there. Gonzo.
Man. Can't wait to see it. So I've been making my film 3x3, and I'm stealing your one word thing.
Okay, sure.
Oh, we're doing movies next?
No, we gotta do
Um,
games
I
first.
think he wants to do games.
Games.
I already have
Games. Dude, I can already imagine where Tim's going. Battlefront, Diablo 2.
Whoa.
allegations.
Let's see what else is probably gonna go on there.
Just pull up that tweet.
Overwatch.
Pull up that tweet. Where is it?
Which
I remember.
tweet?
I made an exact tweet on this.
Oh yes. I
That's
remember.
why I'm
This was
like,
like a long time ago. Yeah.
that's why I'm like, yeah, I can tell you exactly what's on there.
But it has to encompass all of gaming.
It did
So, like, you gotta
encompass
have
all
your
the game.
multiplayer ones. Did it?
It did, yeah.
I can't remember already.
No cap.
I actually might throw Overwatch on there. Just for the
Unironically.
memories, you know.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, exactly. Insert song.
Even though they weren't so great. Yeah, okay. 10 games to get to know me. Ratchet and Clank, Going Commando. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Overwatch. Ark Knights. Legend of Zelda, Spirit Tracks. Hearthstone. Assassin's Creed 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the original one. Pokemon
Mhm.
Pearl, and Diablo 2.
I was right. But wait, how many was that? Is that 10?
That's 10.
So
So I
you have to cut one.
have to cut one.
We can do 12 by or 4x4.
Dude, 16. I can't come
No,
up with
no, we're
16
not, dude.
games.
That's too
I don't
long.
play enough
That
good
is
games for that
too
shit.
long.
Yeah, all good. You just
Oh,
mentioned it.
I'll cut one of them. That's not too hard. It'll either be like
Really,
Ratchet and Clank
16
or
by 16.
it'll either be Ratchet and Clank or Spyro. Probably Spyro. Oh, but I'd also want to put Gran Turismo in there. I know what I'm gonna cook up.
Well, you're gonna put Magic Arena on there?
No, God
Or
no.
Hearthstone?
And
You
Ash
have
for
Hearthstone
300
on there?
hours in Magic.
Crazy.
I think I've
Hearthstone's
played
pretty.
so much Hearthstone in uni.
Yeah, same.
Like I don't think you understand how much Hearthstone I played.
Yeah, so why wouldn't it be on the list?
It is on the list.
Is it? Wait, was it? Oh shit.
Hearthstone was
Which
on the list.
expansion? Which expansion?
The
To
grand
say next round.
the grand tournament
Really?
was
PGT?
yeah, I enjoyed that one because I
That was
started. Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to pull up. Hearthstone expansion. I don't know any of the new
wow, what a
ones.
blast from the past. Holy shit. I think
Um,
Ungoro's my fifth.
okay, so I started at Black Rock
Rock?
Mountain,
Oh, okay.
so that's when I started playing.
I
So
started
that's
Fade.
damn. So I remember like Black Rock Mountain Grand Tournament and League of
Yeah.
Explorers very fondly. Uh, I was
Ooh,
about to say
whispers.
one night in Kazakhstan. That's not what this says.
That's when I took a break.
Yeah, Mean Streets of Kazakhstan. Which one was it?
Neat, but not enough. Knights was actually really good because we had an overhaul of Death Knights.
Which was the pirate meta? When was the pirate meta?
Go up still. Keep going. Keep going.
No, it's no.
Go back. Go back.
The pirate meta isn't here. The pirate meta is like somewhere.
It's like a mini expansion.
I don't remember this. This is like when I stopped playing. I think it was like Kobolds and Catacombs, somewhere around
I
here,
think
or
so.
Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, where it was just like a pirate meta.
It's
And,
super aggro. Makes sense.
yeah.
People would just
Easy
hit for
aggro
16.
player.
It was. That's when I learned that having
Or
a
3-minute games.
having a 55% win rate deck with 3-minute games is truly the way to climb.
Yeah. Me with 2-minute games at 60%.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Ricker, you gotta move your head. It's so uncanny.
He's got your corner.
I'm joking about it, but like, it looks really weird.
What?
Is he coming yet? No. Soon.
They're gonna come.
Oh, he's
My
arrived.
queen.
Yo, can everyone hear me?
Nope.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can see your camera's on.
I can see your credit card number.
Do you mind just also showing me the 3 numbers at the back?
516.
Dude, mine's 111. Fuck me.
Oh, that's bad.
Well. Is it time to spin the wheel?
Sure.
Spin it, chief.
Sure.
My vote's on yellow.
My vote's also on yellow. Oh! Yo!
Nice.
Wow, what a thrill. Let's go gambling, guys.
Yo, let's go.
You take me to the casino right now.
Easy.
I'm
Okay.
avoiding big.
Where is it?
Just, it's all, I pinned it all. Thanks. Nice.
Do I just start?
There's some bangers on here. Yeah.
It is the record.
A little loud.
I
Is that better?
You
Still,
can turn it down
you
yourself.
yeah, you can turn it down some more.
Is that better?
I did this very last minute, and like,
Oh, good job.
Do you want to make any erratas quickly?
well,
Josh is gonna do some erratas.
it's like, I would only replace one pretty much.
What's what he would do too? You want to take time and do that?
No, it's fine. It's just it'll be special mention. It'll be number 10.
Respect.
Okay, just say which one you would cut after.
Fair. It's 2 options, but yeah.
Do what you feel.
Take it
This
away,
spread
Record.
host.
Well,
We're
Tim's the
monetized.
host.
That was so much words, I did not absorb any of them. What?
Are we monetized? Are you recording?
Yeah, we
Nice.
have been for 12 minutes because I thought he was going to come on.
Fair.
Oh,
No, this is like limited to series, OVAs, and movies. Because if manga was an added like category too, like I would have added Berserk because that's just obvious.
Right, yeah. Literally have Berserk expected.
And like since this is done very last minute, it's just stuff that I like. That's like there's no category. It's just stuff I like.
That's okay. If that's your criteria, right?
Fair. Yeah. So at like the very top on the left is Redline, the first one.
Seen
It's a movie. It's
Oh.
kind of short, but like there's nothing to it. It's just vibes. It's just good animation and vibes.
Alright.
It's just really pretty to look at.
Redline is trigger.
Yeah. This is when they were in development
Video.
hell and lacking in budget.
Mm.
It's just a racing anime. That's really weird. There's nothing else to it. It's just vibes.
Okay, fair enough. I
The
can't say I
yeah.
know it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
oh no, I was about to move on, but you were trying to say something?
No, I was gonna say I remembered seeing it in a Giguk video. That's the extent of my knowledge of it.
Yeah. It's been a while ago.
I've heard lots about it. It's very popular in the West.
Yeah, it's honestly just really good animation and vibes. That's it.
Fair
Go
enough.
to Madhouse. Not triggerable now.
Well, fail on that one. The next one that I have on is Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket. It's an OVA series released in the late 80s, early 90s. The first fucked up thing to say is that it's a Christmas series. It's set in Christmas. But don't watch it as like a Christmas like thing. I don't want to say anything about it. I know
Yeah, don't spoil it, I think.
no one is really interested in mecha in like the group. But it's it's just it's war told in like the eyes of a 10-year-old, and like how a 10-year-old like kind of glorifies war, and like when he actually sees what war is, it's all downhill from there. It's just that perspective of it is really like captivating. Yeah, that's Mecha Show.
Would you say it's your favorite
Nice.
Gundam series?
I'd probably say so, yeah.
Okay.
I might be second. Because it's a contender for another one on the list here. Because it's either one of them. It's also really good starting off point, because it's only like 8 episodes. Like, it's really
Plus,
short.
That is actually pretty short.
I like those series. Like Squid. Like
Yeah,
these
it's a
series.
one and done. You can just sit and watch it for an afternoon, and you're good.
Nice.
Next one
What's
up
next?
is Madoka Magica.
Should talk to Derek about that. He loves the
I-
show.
I think I think Madoka Magica has been talked to death. So
Yeah.
it's like
For
don't know,
good
there's
reason.
nothing else to say. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't
what-
watched it, nor do I know much about it actually. All I know is episode 3 is insane.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So you've literally only seen rumors of it then.
Yeah, I don't know any of it.
Have you
It's,
seen One Direct Priority?
Yeah.
Tim? If that show ended up good,
Uh, what a descriptor.
I would not
Yeah.
relate those two series.
it starts the same way. I know they're kind of different genres, but
I
the
don't
vibe
think
is there.
so. Well, Madoka's a deconstruction, right?
exactly.
don't-
It don't
Wonder
call
Egg-
it that.
Wonder Egg isn't really a deconstruction.
Oh, I know. That's why it's bad.
it's both a deconstruction and then
Well, it
at
tried
the end
to.
it's a reconstruction again of the genre. It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's also like just good writing. Like Genarabuchi does really good writing on
Really
it,
good writing, yeah.
and like yeah, there's nothing else to it. It's been talked to death.
Have you watched the movie?
All the Rebellion, yeah, I have.
Hmm.
I have mixed feelings about Rebellion. Some days I don't think it should exist. There's other days where I think it should exist, if that makes sense.
Who's your favorite character?
Honestly, I think
Yeah, same.
Don't say the rat.
oh no, because I think it's Sayaka, because it's just
The main
it's
girl?
a lot of Sayaka, the
No shit, sorry. The one in black.
because it's like
The edgy. Okay.
no the blue one, the swords.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like innocence lost, but it's also like
Mm.
trying to keep that innocence still within her, even though like there's nothing to be done about it anymore.
Okay. I'm not surprised you picked the blue one.
Good character writing.
Yeah, yeah. I think all of them stand up, except for the one that didn't get to stand up for a while.
I'm gonna move on to the next one, like the one right below Redline.
Yeah.
This is Space Battleship Yamato. This was
Heard of it.
originally released in the 60s, but had a remake in 2011, I believe. And the reason it's here, it's because I'm pretty sure the 60s version of the show is the very first anime I've seen in like reruns. And there's like a lot of nostalgia with it. With the show. It's also just really good space opera. But like watching the 60s show right now is very problematic. It's really problematic.
So I'm somehow not surprised by that.
But like the remake fixes like all the problematic stuff. Like oh, rampant misogyny, let's just take that out.
It's part of the story.
No, there's also like a billion plot holes in the '60s version, and the remake just like tries to fit the plot holes in. It's a good show. It's a good space opera. We don't really see a lot of space opera shows anymore. Like even in live action things, like not at all. It's a weird genre that kinda has died. So it's really nice to see an anime doing it, even though it's a remake of like a thing that's like 60 years old.
Have you watched Battlestar Galactica?
I have, yeah.
Nice. Talk to Ethan about it tomorrow.
It's actually very similar to Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, I figured that's what I gathered from this show. But yeah, definitely talk to Ethan about it.
It's yeah, which is also funny because Galactica, like, the first version of Galactica was like a ripoff of Star Wars, like 2 years after the first Star Wars movie. And like the Galactic show everyone likes is the remake too, so it's just a funny comparison.
Well, Star Wars was from a cereal box, so you know, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yo, you gotta love Star Wars.
you gotta love Star Wars.
Yeah, it's my favorite beaten horse of Disney. They truly will not let it just chill
Yeah.
for a hot second.
Why
I don't think
I love getting my 5th dose of milk.
I don't think it would have survived as long as the toys weren't actually like kind of cool to play with, like the Legos and stuff.
I
That was a
do
big
think
part for me.
I do think Star Wars is held up by like the merch line.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Yeah, how much do you think they get from Lego? Not
Just the
licensing.
Lego stuff alone, yeah. Oh. Anyway, right beside that is Gurren Lagann, and I think this one has also been talked to death.
Sorry, fair warning. I watched until Big Brother died.
You should continue. watching.
Okay, sure.
It gets better after.
Yeah, dude.
After.
Because everyone keeps hyping up the show. Okay.
Who's your favorite character, John? Just a quick question.
God, I think it's also like, it's very similar to Sayaka. My favorite character in the show is Kitan, the guy with like the blonde guy with like the mohawk.
Yeah.
It's also like he's trying to be the best that he can be, but he's just not enough. He's always trying to be the best.
Who?
What's
Just wait.
And totally relate with the
Have you seen
young
that?
boy though, when he thought he had a shot with the older girl. I don't know if he does later, on, but, you know, I can relate.
What does he look
It's,
like? Oh, this
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
The Naruto-looking character. Oh yeah, he's a bro.
Okay, I remember now. I remember.
Yeah,
So-
Nice.
he's good.
Less that it came up after GUR, so we didn't have to do the embarrassing thing of me not knowing how to spell it. So I'm like, I know it's Gurren Lagann. How many N's? How many G's?
How many R's?
John, did you put Gurren Lagann in the middle intentionally?
I just like the art, and it's like
Alright.
symmetrical.
Yeah. Fair.
It was either that or the one at the bottom at the center.
Okay.
Yeah. Right beside Gurren Lagann is Symphogear. Now this is a very niche show, and like it bounces off of Madoka, because if Madoka was like the deconstruction of it, then Symphogear is like a reconstruction of the magical girl genre, and they came out back to back. Like, Madoka was released in 2011, and then Symphogear was 2012. So it's actually back to back. It's just a really weird bouncing off point if you watched both of them in that like perspective, I guess. And
What
it's
did you
like
watch first, Madoka or Symphogear?
I definitely watched Madoka first.
Right.
Because like you need to be broken to be put together, basically.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, it's a fun show. That's just that has a banging soundtrack. Like it's really good.
Is it
And
Sauna?
yeah, it's wait, what?
Is it Sauna?
Oh no, it's not so.
Aw.
It's all the voice actors singing their character theme songs,
Oh, I see.
and all the villains also sometimes sing. And like whenever they sing, and they're fighting, right? Because it's like an action show. When they like get hit, they grunt, and then the song gets disrupted and stuff like that. It's a nice like auditory thing. It has good like sound work on it too. It's just good vibes.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it. And it has 5 seasons, and every single season is like a linear like bounce in quality, and like in both like visuals and storytelling. It's just going up. Yeah, it's just good magical girl show.
Nice. I don't recognize this next one, but go ahead.
It's it's the Mewtwo movie.
Oh,
The it's the it's the first Pokemon movie, right?
Is Mewtwo the first one?
was I second?
Pretty sure this is the Mewtwo one. Cause like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the.
It's got
Mewtwo one.
Mewtwo on it. It's got Mew and
Yeah.
it's got Mewtwo. I would be surprised
there
if it
must be.
wasn't.
Yeah,
But is it the
it's
first one?
pretty sure it's the first one. But anyway,
Oh, you're.
okay, yep,
There you go.
Perfect.
Joe, look at that.
There's the thumbnail.
Woo.
I think the first time I watched this movie is like when I was 6 years old,
Yeah, I'm starting early.
and that just like opened my neurons on like how storytelling can be told. Because like, let's not beat around the bush. Like Pokemon is like a kids show.
Yeah.
And like it's marketed for like 10 and below, basically. But also watching the first movie at that young of an age has definitely done an impact on me. It lives there rent free. And yeah, there's I don't know, first Pokemon movie. Kinda traumatizing. Nothing else to really talk about.
Have you played much of the games?
I play it on and off.
Okay.
Like I'll have like a 4-year hiatus, then I'll pick the newest
Ah,
one, then I'll
nice.
dislike it, and I'll keep the cycle going.
What's
Yeah.
the last gen you played?
Last gen was Shield and Sword.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I think I remember.
it was part of the buying and hating it cycle. So I'm due for a new one, basically.
You know, my life goal is to never play a Pokemon game with fairy types in it.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite type.
Ah.
Same actually.
Uh-oh.
Just- They're
Uh-oh.
just the better dragon, dude.
Oh, are they actually?
Well, I like them more than dragon because dragon's overhyped.
Mechanically speaking, they're really strong, but they're also really easy to break. So it's like I feel very it feels very balanced.
Very glass.
Like it feels strong to use, but like if you know how to take them apart, it's just nothing. That and like reclassifying a lot of the cutesy older Pokemon types into that just makes sense instead of like normal type.
I fucking hate normal types so much.
It's just like
Imagine being normal.
I feel like normal type should be exclusive to like I don't know farm animals or something.
Yeah, like
domestic
basic
stuff.
animals.
Yeah. Pokemon opinions.
Yeah, we can save that for the game 3x3.
Yeah, pretty much. Next one is
Okay,
There's
sorry,
another
one
Gundam show.
final question. I
Oh,
was trying to hold back.
Pokemon Resident.
If you were a gym leader, what type would you be?
What are your 6 Mon?
No, not what are your 6. If you were a gym leader, what would your type be? Mine is grass.
grass. I don't know. I feel like either Probably rock type.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably rock. Actually, rock or ground because they're very interchangeable.
Can't be electrocuted. I respect it.
You're both water haters.
Oh, I hate water. I just like grass.
I like the dirt.
That's why I'm surrounded by hay right now.
Nice.
All right. Next one. This is Gundam 00, the Gundam series released in 2007. This was a contender for back when it was being like released. This was the contender to Code Geass. And well, opinions on Code Geass aside, I think this is the better show. And like it's also I think this is the first Gundam show that I've watched like to completion instead of like randomly watching an episode on like TV. So that is like a huge milestone. It's also like it's a weird it was a weird commentary on like the current problems of like early aughts, like the war on terror and the weird like secret police that like the world superpowers uses. It was a commentary on that, so it was like of the time itself. That and the protagonist being an autistic kid is also like an interesting viewpoint.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the main protagonist is an autistic Middle Eastern kid.
That's
You
quite
don't
the
see-
representation. Yeah.
Yeah, you
even
don't
if
see-
now, yeah, I don't see that.
You don't see people of color as like anime protagonists.
Yeah.
Well, like besides Japanese. Yeah, it's an interesting like viewpoint.
How long is the show?
50
Since it's a
episodes.
Gundam.
50 episodes and one movie.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's standard Gundam length. It's one of the better ones to start off Gundam, definitely. You also have to like put yourself on the seat of like the whole early aughts thing, like Iraq, 9/11, and like all that, like the political climate of back then, to appreciate like what the show is trying to say.
John,
Yeah, what's up?
how do I miss this? If you didn't discover your gender as you are now, if you just remained straight cis male, would you have been into like all the military stuff like that, like the Gundam stuff? Do you think that has a correlation or link?
Probably not. No.
Okay, I'm just curious because I have a headcanon going with that one.
No, because I like the whole military narrative and like as a commentary on real world politics.
Right, yeah.
Because I don't like COD. I don't like hoorah big
Yeah, no,
military
exactly.
energy. No, I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Not necessarily that kind of cringe side of it, but more the back end.
Oh,
of it,
like
'cause-
the political talks and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no, yeah, I'm
yeah.
definitely into that.
Right, okay. Because I like that, or I like sci-fi the same as how people who are into that like political intrigue and that kind of setting backdrop.
Yeah, I,
You know,
I like
it displays human condition. Right? Like you were
it's
saying.
it's like commentaries on like what is happening right now through the lens of like what media is writing, basically.
Right.
And yeah, it's there is definitely a through line of me liking military stuff, but like because of the sub narrative.
narrative.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's that's why I also like Gundam because like a lot of Gundam is like 50-50. I hate the other 50, which is just cool robot, poo poo, whatever.
It's a guild, but
Yeah, but the other half, which I like, is like the commentary on like real world politics.
right.
That's why there's two Gundam shows here.
Yeah, I was wondering how many we're gonna put on.
Oh, the
Have you
last
ever?
one. Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, before you move on to
Yeah,
your
before I
last
move
one,
on.
have you watched 86?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Fully?
Uh, I haven't watched the second season yet. No.
Oh, okay. I also kind of watched a little bit of second season. Another one to talk to Derek about, but that's like the most modern representation of kind of the closest to Gundam
I feel
that
like
I've
it
seen.
is. I feel like it's like, yeah, I think it's the current permutation of Gundam.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like, Witch from Mercury was also that, but was also
Uh-huh.
just Shakespeare's Tempest. So yeah, yeah. I mean, Witch from Mercury also does like a commentary on like the corporate landscape of the current world. That too, but was also more Shakespeare's Tempest.
All right. You can move on to your last one. Thanks.
Okay. The only Ghibli movie that I've actually this is the I've only seen two Ghibli movies. This is one of them.
What's the other?
And Boy and Heron.
Oh, right.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. You haven't watched the other ones?
No, I have not.
Damn.
Now this is a recency bias to me because I've only watched Ghibli movies this year or 2023 rather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I was surprised. I was surprised when I saw this on your list. I was like, really? That cracks top 9?
Yeah, it's a bit of a recency bias, I think, right now.
Mm.
Because like this is the first Ghibli movie I've seen, and I also really liked it. And like
I love Howls personally.
it's
I think
good.
I think it's the one I actually enjoy the most.
There's like a lot of like thorough lines on it that you can like connect in rewatches. Like it's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Another one to talk to Derek about. I haven't watched this one though.
Because I've been keeping myself as like a unicorn who has not watched any Ghibli movies, but I took the bullet like last year.
How come?
I was forced to watch it by Beth.
I figured, yeah. I was like,
How many
get
have
out of
they
your way.
watched?
All of them.
Dang,
Yep.
more than any of us.
But yeah, no, this is my first Ghibli movie, and I'm glad that it was my first Ghibli movie because I really liked it.
It's
Also,
also such an aesthetic.
It's a very good
Like
aesthetic.
aesthetically, this is like one of the best ones.
It's a good aesthetic.
And it really matches you.
The aesthetic itself was also a weird commentary on war propaganda.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
very much.
Which is
so.
like proper thorough line of me. Because like looking at this, it's like looking at my like 3x3, it's like 5 commentaries on like no 6 on like politics of war and conflict. It's a thorough line.
For me, with Ghibli movies, Ghibli, I prefer the more realistic ones, the less mystical ones, which I know a lot of people prefer for the mystical side of it, but like Whisper of the Heart, I think might be my favorite because it's
Think
just
of-
yeah. But
Oh yeah, go ahead, finish.
I was just gonna say when Miyazaki sets off to do such a simple, elegant story with all the animation and all the feelings shown on the faces of the characters, it just hits so different
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me. It's a different vibe
Well-
from the usual whimsical movies.
Well, Whisper isn't Miyazaki.
Sorry, whatever his name is.
Speaking of Miyazaki, I think I want to watch.
And might have or what was the viol? Go on. I'm gonna look for it.
I think I want to watch Mononoke next because I like.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Because I saw an abridged not abridged a 1-sentence descriptor of Mononoke, and I'm like,
Mm.
oh, that's interesting. That is really interesting.
It's very good, and it's the only R-rated one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
really? It's only on. Which scene? Oh,
A lot of the scenes.
a lot of
Well,
blood.
is it just violence? Because
Yes,
feels very
it's
violent, yeah.
violence.
Okay.
but it has a great meaning to it. It's very relevant.
But yeah, that's my 3x3. Any thoughts? Anything? Comments?
I said them along the way.
There.
Sorry.
Yeah. Nothing that caught me off guard except for Howls. But
Mm.
we discussed
Oh, well, I guess I do have the special mention.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Berserk, because that's just obvious.
Yeah. What would you have replaced? One of the guns.
I probably Redline,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because that just makes sense. Because Redline is just all vibes. I mean, I really like Redline, but it's also just there's no substance to it. After that, it's just all vibes. Yeah.
Great.
Nice. Very good list. What would you have cut?
No, Redline.
Okay, yeah.
Shall we spin the wheel again?
Yes, sir.
Coin. We can flip a coin now.
Oh, fair.
Let's spin the coin. Gonna be me.
Gotta be you.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be me.
Oh,
Josh is still playing.
he's still in game.
No, I wasn't. I was listening.
You see?
Okay.
I got the receipts.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not here.
Got the receipt.
Check
He
my
had to get
phone.
off because the producer is fact checking.
No, I was listening the whole time. I just didn't have much to say because I haven't seen like 7 out of the 9. So,
Yes, same.
That's
Oh
fair.
shit, Chihayafuru.
Okay, quick. What's the
Nice.
errata? What's the errata?
I probably would remove Jaku-Chara, the bottom right.
4.
Okay, first of all, my criteria is things that resonated with me. So I will come in full disclosure that it doesn't
gonna-
necessarily mean that it's great. Because I would have put Mayochiki at the bottom right.
Damn, that's a throwback.
That one changed my life. Okay, and-
Trying to think
anyway,
about which scene was it.
no, it's just the general premise, right? Of like the whole like cross-dressing thing. I was like,
Cross-dressing, yeah.
something woke up that day. Like when I watched it. Anyway, I think I would errata Jaku-Chara, but I'll also talk about Jaku-Chara when I get there. So my first one is Reborn. So this is like my first, like, I think technically it's my first like super long form.
Nobody
Anime?
talks about Reborn.
It was so
sad.
good
Yeah,
though.
Which
It's
is
so
sad.
good.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
The future arc was peak.
Yeah,
then
but the rest of
Sensou.
the rest of the series was dog after it.
Okay, I will say though, the one that they didn't adapt the Shimon family arc, that shit kind of slapped. But then the Arco Baleno arc, which is the end of it, was pure dog shit. So those are the arcs you missed basically from the post anime. But Reborn was like, I personally really like all of the abilities, like the battle stuff on it. I think they were all like much more interesting to me compared to like the other stuff on TV, like Dragon Ball,
Like
like
contemporary
Bleach,
shonen.
Naruto.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like Reborn a lot more. I don't really know why, but I just think the abilities are like much cooler. For example, like Suna just be having like a second personality, and like how I think a lot of the abilities are so much more dynamic, right? Like Suna has like, yes, flames, but like the flames like drop in temperature, so he actually freezes things and absorbs energy, and it's like, I don't know, it feels much cooler, and it applies for a lot of the other characters as well, and they're all very different from each other, right?
So you like the power system in comparison to like contemporaries coming out
but yeah, for the
during
most
that
part,
time.
yeah, and then eventually, I think this was kind of like the start of like my. I would say I had like it's not quite an obsession, but I really started to really be into like hero type of stories where kind of like main characters they struggle against things that are hard for them to defeat, right? Like it's not like an impossible odd, but it's like very difficult, like fighting against adversity kind of stuff. Um,
Classic
so I
hero's
find
journey.
yeah, that was, and then that peaks in Danmachi. So I'll just preface that. but that's kind of
Fair,
like where
fair.
it starts. So that's like Hitman Reborn. Very very cool show actually. I still love it to this day.
Nobody talks about it.
I
Which
How
know.
is
old is
sad.
that series? 06?
Is it 09?
Yeah,
Is
no,
it that new
it's
09?
no,
No
actually,
way.
no
Is it?
way. It's 09, is it? It
He
could
was
be.
Oh, okay,
old.
Could be
what
08.
what's it? What's
Anyway,
it?
Just
just
try,
type
just try
Hitman.
Reborn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bro, 09, I wasn't even Canada.
it's is that 06.
It is 06, right? Okay. I
Oh,
remember
okay, cool,
correctly.
06 to 2010.
Yeah.
So both are
This is such
technically
a good
fair.
series. They should remake this series, honestly.
I will say though, the
God, it's so
series,
underrated.
I think the first arc was a little resonance sleeper.
It was like the first like 50 episodes were kind
Yeah.
of veg.
Because it's
Damn,
scary.
that's
It's
hard to get into.
well because the way he transforms, the Reborn has to shoot him
It's
to
also
transform into like. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know that just to reply to Ed's that just think of the era it came out of also Ed's. It's like
Yeah.
classic shonen, so that was standard
Oh,
back
yeah.
then.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is Shonen
Um,
Jump, so
yeah, it does look standard.
Yeah.
Random.
It goes like Resident Sleeper and then it hits the Varia arc immediately and you're just like, oh fuck, the show kinda slaps.
it
Like
goes
think it's
really
worth
hard
it,
as
though?
soon as they hit it.
yeah, because I would say it starts peaking when you hit the Mukuro arc. Right? Like when he first gets the gloves
Which
for
one
the
is that?
first
Oh
time.
yes, yes,
yeah,
dude, the
yeah.
power,
Yeah.
dude, the power up, so fucking
Yeah,
sick.
and Reborn's like fucking pulls it out of his hat and he's just like, take the gloves, Tsuna, and then he takes like the pill and then he's just like, I'm about to fuck you up, buddy. And then yeah, that's kind of a I really like the series in just in general, but it might also just be rose tinted
Nostalgia.
glasses kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I will defend it. Alright, so
It's a
that's the
great
lie.
shonen. Then
Nice.
Olavosk coming at it.
one.
Dude, I saw it and I'm like,
Okay.
oh yeah, it's
Okay.
it's here.
Also, I this is the anime I watched when I was in my Chuni arc of my life.
Dude, were you
Like,
doing like
What's
were you
a
doing like the
Chuny arc?
front hand backhand
Bro.
shit like in the middle of the road?
No, 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 it was
God, 5
okay.
centimeters.
See, the thing is also with my Chuni arc, I feel like I wasn't too out of control because I had other friends at the same time as my Chuni arc, and we would be Chuni about like the whole group of them. That we'd buy like merch and stuff,
You
like
had
the
the
rings.
rings and the boxes and
Yeah, dude, the rings was fucking
they were sick.
amazing. They were sick. Anyway, I lost it at some point, but it was sick. I had like Tsuna's ring, um, so that's my Chuni arc too. So that's why it also resonates with me a little bit because I was
Fair,
like my
fair.
Chuni arc anime. Um, 5 centimeters. Basically, this one was a resonator because of when I watched it. So I was going through the sad boy arc when I first watched it, and that's why it resonated very deeply with me, and then eventually it's like kind of it just stuck with me forever. Plus the song is a banger. So
Sing it every time, baby.
yeah, it's so fucking good. Anyway, but I think it does fall off personally, like if you look at it more objectively. But as far as um shows that resonated with me, this one's definitely a really, really big one. That's why it makes the list for me. Um,
Is this your favorite Shinkai?
that's a tough one. Personally, maybe.
Because
If I was gonna
personally,
grade,
I miss the how he used to do storytelling before,
yes,
like it was
I
very passive,
you
and I
like
kind of like that because you could just
fuck,
feel.
fucking before your name. Well, except for that one that he tried to be all fantastical, the fucking Voices of Lost Children
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of that one, but I think like Garden of Words,
Garden of
like
Words.
there's like a couple of shorts that he did, like really short form anime. I think they're like 8 to 10 minutes long. Those were really nice as well. Um, but yeah, 5 centimeters. I really like those ones too. But maybe I still think maybe Your Name probably is my personal, even though like I would argue he got lucky, like making anything no near as good as Your Name, because whenever he goes on the deep end with his like um kind of vision for anime, it kind of gets really convoluted, and it's really obvious with his most recent works, in my opinion. So that's why those are my favorite, like like before Your Name and then everything before it probably. Um, yeah, so that's 5 centimeters per second. Clannad, I will say both seasons, just because the first season I think I enjoyed it for like what it was at the time, and it was also very instrumental to like. I think this is a little bit of like my early days of like me starting to realize that I prefer these type of shows where they're like more easygoing. Um, and it's not like too serious, but then like it splices a little bit of like serious themes as well into the show. Um, so yeah, because I think I never really liked like the overly serious shows, especially now that I'm aware of it. So these rom-com type of shows that have like a nice mixture of them is something that I've always appreciated. But as I grew up and rewatched Clannad, a big part of it is really appreciating the bigger themes of the show, especially when it comes to like family and how it carries into the second season, and how, you know, when people learn like empathy and how that, can lead to fixing things later down the future, that kind of stuff. I think it has very good lessons within like the whole just show general and the themes that it covers. And also I really appreciate that the main character is not like a self-insert. He's very much like another character in the story, and we're just following the story through the lens of his eyes rather than like, you know, try to think like you're the main character kind of thing. Um yeah, and I also played the game, so and it was a banger. So
Is it worth
and
watching?
the first season is actually so hard to watch
It's really,
nowadays.
it's like
I
25
think.
episodes too. It's
Well, I think
it's rough.
if you're not into the whole vibes of the show, I would say it's like a little bit harder to make it through. Um, but there are some arcs that I like and some arcs that I didn't like as much, even in the first season. Um, yeah, but everyone who comes out of the first season, they're like, Kyo's the best. And then after story happens, we're like, wow, Nagisa's not too bad. So, so also, Nagisa's arc in the visual novel was like fucking 12 hours long in the common route. So they just cut all that out in the anime. So no one knows who the fuck Nagisa actually is. But I'll save that for another time. But basically, Plan is mostly about the themes and the things that, as I got older, I reflected on about what the show's trying to actually tell you as you watch it. Um, and yeah, that's why it resonated with me heavily.
Nice, nice.
Um,
Do you have a quick question? Do you have a favorite scene across the series?
oh fuck, man, dude,
Just
the
one
scene at
scene,
the
just one
bottom of the
scene.
hill, the one where he lost, like Ushio loses the robot.
There's a robot.
Bottom of the hill. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
In season what,
okay,
2?
season 2. So remember when he actually goes up the hill to meet like his aunt,
Oh
and
yes,
then
yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes, yes.
his aunt tells him like the story, and then he comes down like a new man basically, and then he sees Ushio, and he's just like, I'm such a shit dad, and then he
Mm.
apologizes, and then Ushio's like, but I want the toy you gave me, and I was like, oh fuck me in the ass, and then they go
That's
on
a
the
good
train,
one. I thought
and
you
I
were
was
gonna go
like,
for the sunflower one, but that one's also a very good scene.
the sunflower is great, but I think there were so many things that happens before and after that scene that like was such a complete package, and then the fucking theme song hits, and I'm just like, I'm ruined.
Yeah.
I, yeah. So that's why that's probably my favorite scene for the whole thing. Because for me, that was the climax of the series for me easily, like that
Fair,
whole
fair.
episode. Um, yeah. So that's Clannad there. And then we have Koi no Katachi on the left side here. I think Koi no Katachi, I think the big lesson that I took away from it that really resonated was the fact that it's important to also make your own efforts to reach out to people, to try to connect to people rather than just, to some extent like taking for granted that people are willing to reach out to you as well. So, you gotta you gotta put yourself out there as well. And that's like the big lesson with, Kyoko, for example. Like at the end of the movie, right? When you get confronted about the fact that like stop just playing the victim, just being deaf girl, you know, like you're more than that, and you have to at least try to connect with other people instead of waiting for other people to connect to you just because you feel so much pity and hate for yourself. And you know, and that forces her to kind of grow out of her shell and like see that like how do it's just great character development, I think, and it's something that I very much kind of really sympathized with and empathized to a little bit of extent as as well, like kind of facing your own shortcomings and like stopping thinking that you're such shit, you know? And it's like, yeah, like you know, you gotta do your part as well, no matter how little or how shit you think yourself is, kind of thing. And it's like, you're not that shit. You just gotta keep reaching out, and eventually you'll find your own stride, kind of thing. So that's the big thing I took away from this movie. That's why I like it, and I like most of the characters in it. The only one I really disliked in the movie was probably like the class president. Who the fuck was? She's in this picture. She's like the
Is the
second to the right.
yeah
Is it
yeah
the
yeah.
kind one?
Wait,
I think. Well, I mean, they're all kind. It's Kyoto Annie. Like I think they're all kind.
I mean that's true, but I really
The
hated
light
her
hair
character.
one.
I think she is the type of person that
Type
I also dislike heavily in real life.
What's her
Um,
type of character?
she's like the sideline character who's just like, oh, when everyone's like you know, the bandwagoners are just like when everyone's nice to someone, they're nice to you, but then when you have
Oh, yeah, yeah.
like
Just a poser.
people that I
Disingenuous.
feel like have no fucking like belief
Convictions.
systems. Yeah,
Yeah,
that they have
yeah,
no conviction. They're just fucking like yeah. I don't. That's it. I really hated her character for that.
Quickly a Sam though, PQ.
Yeah.
They just follow. But
See. Yeah. I
can I
just
add to that film?
yeah. It might also have to do with I think it's a little bit opposite of how I am usually. So it's quite a bit biased in that sense. And then for the next one, um,
Before you go, I just want to
oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
say that with that, I did actually watch that film. And I want to jump in because it's the first one I
Hmm.
watched. I like the visual representation when our main character, the guy, when he felt bad and there was those X's on everyone's faces. I think that was a simple but effective use of how, evoking how it feels to feel ostracized. So
Y-
it was a memorable scene. Of course, the
Yes.
suicide attempt too. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
didn't
But
expect
the
that.
X's were more of a what do you call it? It was more of a symbolism thing that he rejects people rather than the fact that he's actually rejected by people. And I think
Yeah,
that becomes
it goes
kind of
hand in hand.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When like they all peel off at some points, right? And it's like something that he has control over kind of thing. So
Yeah,
that's how I see that part more. Anyway, yeah, that was great. And then the middle Chihayafuru, yo, my boy Taichi. I feel like watching this man's arc and how he like how did I even describe it? Like the way he's just such an inspiring character in my opinion, right? Because there's plenty of times in the series where they kind of reiterate the fact that like Taichi is like the superhuman that's good at everything, but you know, everyone sees him struggle when he plays Karuta. But despite that, he strives to get better and be better, and how like it evolves from like he just wanted to spend time with Chihaya into like something that he truly did care about to some extent. And then the whole series kind of makes that pretty clear delineation of like when he starts to love the actual game in season 3 when he gets turned down basically, and he like finds himself like tries to find himself like who he truly is in terms of like his playstyle, and then he meets like Suo, such a good arc. Um, but I don't know. I find his whole character and everything he experiences just so like it just resonated with me so much, especially the confession scene. Dude, that shit fucking debilitated me. Yeah, I just really like that scene. And how heartfelt every every line that he delivers in that scene and how he says it to Chihaya. It feels like it really, for some reason, condensed everything that he felt and wanted to say in like 5 pages, and it was a banger of like a scene, super well written, even in the manga and the anime, I would say. Um, so that's a big reason why Chihayafuru was like a big resonating anime for me, and to this day I probably still remember it. So yeah, shout out to my boy Taichi. That's why he's there.
He's one of the real
Um,
ones.
I
the
tried
true goat.
I tried watching like 3, 4 episodes, but at the time I wasn't in the mood for a serious one, and I felt Gloria. I was like, "Damn, this is gonna destroy me. I'm gonna save for later."
I don't think it's quite like super serious personally, but if you'd love to give it another go,
Your book club too.
yeah, I think
I
it
wasn't.
does like, yeah, I think it does like the whole haiku effect for me, where you're just like, never heard of fucking Karuta, but like, I'm a fucking Karuta fan now, like, you know, and they
Yeah,
like
I'll give it
slap.
another go sometime.
Yeah, I'm like, I should stop slapping my desk, you know? Anyway, so it's a great series overall. Um, although the ending kind of did drop the ball a little bit once again. Actually, the anime doesn't cover it, so you have to read.
Okay, we're good. It did Usagi.
Yeah. Okay, no, it doesn't do that. But um, and then next one we have Hibike Euphonium. I will say it's only season 1, because season 2 a little bit of a fiasco, some would say. Anyway, I'm just gonna cover season 1 for like this list here. So I think Kumiko as a character, a big part of her that I resonated with was the fact that she was very ashamed of like her competitiveness and her desire to win, which, as you all know already, is a drive that I share with Kumiko. Um, but what I really liked about the series is that eventually she finds like other kindred spirits, and that helps her accept the fact that it's okay for her to feel that way, to feel so invested in like the craft that she takes pride in and the craft that she works hard on, right? And that's kind of like her dynamic with Reina, is that they both kind of push each other to be like the best that they can be in terms of their craft. um and yeah, that's a big thing of what I liked about the series, is just I like that it shows off that it's okay, not just okay, but it's great to be, you know, be honest with like yourself, and that um, the way you handle and you feel things is, as long as you're not hurting people, is like something that you should cherish, and you should like try to lock yourself in, right? Because that's like what makes you happy in life, and you know, yeah, I think it's a good lesson overall, even even though it's, you know, it sounds really biased because God, I fucking love Kumire, man. Anyway,
Oh wait,
it-
that's he said the thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's my favorite ship. Uh, it, that aside, what I liked about the anime is that theme in general of being more accepting of like your traits of yourself, kind of thing. More specifically, her competitiveness. So yeah, that's TBK Euphonium. Um, and then on the bottom left here, we have Kuzu no Honkai. Um, no one really likes this show, to
I
be
like it.
honest. Wait, really? I do too. There's some
Bit
parts
about
that I don't, but um, this is where the spaghetti meme came from, and it's so fucking funny. Um, how to describe this? So once again, this the show has the whole theme about like unrequited love, of course. So that's why it resonated with me to some extent. But what I really liked about it beyond that is the fact that at the end of the series, they were both willing to let go of like the fake relationship that they built, just to kind of search for how would I describe it? To search for new people to have very genuine feelings for, in the same way that they had genuine feelings for the people that they used to be in love with but couldn't, be in a relationship with. So instead of settling for you know, just comfortability, they decided to pursue genuineness of feelings um over that. And I think that's like a I don't know, I think that's a great good message and a good ending for the series. Because to some people it feels very unexpected, but also I think it's a good way for it to end, in my opinion. So
What's it called?
Kuzu no Honkai,
Honkai.
Scum's Wish.
I still remember the talk you gave.
Oh, Scum Switch. Wasn't that modern?
Yo, I did a Japanese
my
speech on the show.
What the
That was the first time I met Nika. I remember.
Damn, bro.
Yo, that speech was banging.
Yeah, I'll add it. Thanks.
Did this.
See, I remember you telling me that you're like, oh, I have to do a speech, and then like a month later, you're like, yeah, it was Scum's Wish, and I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's anyway, so that's that show. And then we have Danmachi, which is like for me
Nice.
my
I love that
absolute
show.
favorite. It's my absolute favorite. Like, I'm just gonna call it a hero show. It's like I think Bell as a protagonist, I just love. I just love the series in general at how they put him in situations where and they really sell it. That like he has to this like get out of it through like pure sheer will kind of thing, and like all of the battles are like super fucking hyped. Like the battle with the Minotaur
Yeah. Fucking.
and like even that first arc, I was like, holy fuck,
He is
And
a nepo baby though.
it,
Just saying.
yes, that's actually very fucking true. And you don't even know half of it. You don't, you don't even know the half of how big of a fucking nepo
Yeah, I
baby
only
this
know
dude
one half,
is.
but he's a nepo baby through and
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I wonder
My
why
favorite
Hermes
nepo
is
baby.
really into him, and you're like, he's a fucking nepo baby in every fucking facet of life. Um,
I do
but I will,
appreciate this recommendation from you though.
yeah, but I will say I really appreciate like the battles. Like I think for me it's peak like heroism. Like in terms of like the battle shonens, I think this is like peak for me. So that's why I like the series. I also like how Bell is characterized. He's also one of those like not partly self-insert, but still he has his own like convictions, and I think that doesn't become very obvious until like the later seasons.
Yeah.
Specifically the monster arc. You know,
Yeah.
when he has to stand against everything that adventurers stand for, kind of thing.
I
Like,
read it's underrated. Yeah, I really like that.
yeah, I really like that arc, and then Ryu's best girl. Anyway, that's a
Yes, I've seen the last season. I'm sold through
that's
and through.
fucking that's so fucking good, buddy. Um, and then what I was gonna just put here, it's a little bit of a funny one, was Mayuchiki, because I think that show really awakened my I I think it really made me realize that I was into androgynous looking girls, and,
Mm.
and it it changed my life. What can I say?
I'll dab you
Um,
up, brother.
that,
What's it called? What's it called?
Mayochiki, like
Okay.
mayo and then
Yeah, yeah.
cheeky. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think it.
I that show a little too goaded. Um, but I will just do the special mention. So Jaku-Chara is I like it a little bit better than Snafu personally. Mostly because it's more of a personal taste, in my opinion. I also don't think it's written better than Snafu, but um, basically Jaku-Chara is all about, well, it's the usual like loner guy, gamer nerd, tries to fit into society, but then he meets like this girl like on the right side, and basically like he tries to become a normal person. We'll just call it that, like quote unquote, like a more normalized person through like setting goals for himself, like in a gamer kind of sense, you know? Because basically the story is that he's basically like the best Smash player. Let's get real here. It's just a rip off of Smash. And basically the girl on the right is like the eternal second place. Like he just dunks on
Classic
her.
trope.
Yeah, and it's like very hyper competitive, and then so they make a deal that like he's basically gonna like become her sparring partner and teach her a bunch of stuff about the game, but like she also has to coach him about how to be like a normie, basically. Um, but I don't think it's like that cringe. But because he basically just literally goes through like, what does it mean to be like, to exist in like a school hierarchy kind of thing, and how to like socialize with people, how to be in a friend group, how to like, you know, look like try to be presentable kind of stuff, how to talk to people, and it's like it's more normal than you'd assume the show was gonna be like. Um, and that's why I like it more than Snafu. Like I just enjoyed that setting a little bit more.
Is it more
Um,
grounded or?
no, I think it's just the themes. Like it's just about like improving yourself kind of thing. And like instead of Snafu, I feel like Snafu is more of like very dramatic. Like
Yeah,
to be
it's
honest, right?
yeah. Don't worry, I have it on my list.
Yeah. But this guy is just like, oh, I just want to be like a more like socially adjusted person.
And what's this one called?
uh, was it Jaku-Chara Tomozaki? Just search up Tomozaki-kun, I think.
Just
Okay,
search
thank
up
you.
Jaku-Chara.
I did OP.
That's a much easier way. Bro,
Yeah,
trying to make
it's
these
what
timestamps is ass, not knowing any of these shows. I'll say it.
it's called bottom tier character Tomozaki. That's the English. That's the English name.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's why I put it on here, and so
Nice.
yeah, I think
Whoa,
that's it.
I've seen that show before.
Is they actually similar?
Not if that
It
show is problematic.
okay. Josh's is probably objectively better, but it follows the
Probably.
same premise. Like,
Yeah, it's the
not,
same thing. Go
it,
on.
it's like what most action shows, right? Like it follows the same premise.
Yeah, can't believe you watched that show. Fucking shit.
She's a gamer.
Bro, I don't know what to
Not gonna
tell
lie,
you.
low key a Tim show.
I'll watch it. I'll fuck around and watch it.
Just, I'm sorry, I just think about the story and I don't know why you were the first person to pop up in my head.
Like,
But
wait,
anyway,
your last recommendation?
uh, uh, this,
I mean,
no, for Yamada, the level 99.
yeah.
Oh shit. The Yamada Seven Witches. Fuck, I should put that.
No, it's not that.
No, I just like the kissing.
That show was actually good. Okay,
Whoa.
Never mind. It's gonna be on my
Funny.
saucy list. I really enjoyed that anime.
What?
it's guys,
That was
if
such a good show.
if you love kissing, boy do I have a show for you.
Thought you were gonna say I've seen it one.
I forgot the title. What's the Yuri kissing one?
Yeah, dude, that one was wild.
What is it?
It's just girls that kiss, and that's the whole show.
What is it?
I'm trying to
I
remember
forget the name, but I
Okay, I just put in girls
I
that.
remember the season this was airing. Me and Josh were just like having an attack.
Oh, wait, I'm
Okay.
trying to remember.
It's all good.
Okay, anyway, you can go, Edsel.
Well, wait,
It's yeah. Okay.
What?
Who will it be? Nice.
Best for last.
Lil Mao. I know it's almost 10, so I don't think I'll take forever.
Bro, cook.
Or not saying that anyone did. I don't know if I have much to say about these. I tried to follow MJ's what do you call it? One word kind of theme, and we'll go from top left to bottom right. So, at a glance, all of these animes, they all have a crew, and I realize that I'm really into that kind of setting. Like they all have people to rely on. They don't have to be necessarily friends. They can just be like coworkers they see every day, or just just another slave they like, or just a motley crew is the best way to put it. That they just enjoy and not necessarily trust, but they can kind of assume they know their characters is what I'm trying to say. So they can rely on that logical habit that that person will do. And so the top left, has anyone seen Blue Period or heard of it?
What is this?
Blue Period. It's a show about making art.
I've
I heard of Blue Period. I
heard
have
of
not
it,
seen
but
it.
have not seen it as
Yeah,
well.
I've watched it.
You watched it, John?
No, I haven't.
Haven't? Okay. I really love this show. I almost even like dabbled into art because of it. Very very new. My word for it is craftsmanship and basically the allure of talent. So our main character, the blonde guy in the middle there, forgot his name. Uh, he kind of didn't know what to do. He just got out of high school, and everyone else was picking their majors and all that. And he was like, "Why not try art?" And he's a top student, all that typical trope. And drawing art, painting, was really hard for him. It was the first time that stumped him, basically. And the prospects to get into universities are very hard, and his parents, his family's not very rich as well. So he really has to try hard to get into this school in Tokyo where it would be free if he got a scholarship. And he just meets so many different people, the casts that we see here, and they have very many reasons of why they do art. And the main struggle that our character goes through is realizing that um, just because someone looks like they have it easy and is full of talent doesn't mean they don't put in the work to get to that place. And I really, that's kind of a lot of the themes in these animes are things I constantly think about and reorient myself when I look at my life. And craftsmanship, I want to get to that point where there's something I really care about and would like to be good at. And I appreciate people who make it to that point. Not very many people do, of course. Like first you gotta find what you like and are good at. But anyway, it's just so cool how they show the struggle of these kind of young adults and their frustrations with art and how they each deal with it differently. Some cope in toxic manners, some cope in kind of healthy manners, and there's even a very wholesome side story with a friend he had in high school. He was just super into baking, and it surprised him. And this was later in the show. It surprised him to never know that he was into baking because they just never talked about what their aspirations and goals are. And that's kind of what I try to do with friends as well. Like I like to talk about that stuff that can seem cheesy and all that, but it's gonna be what you're looking forward to strive for most of your life. So I think it's important to bring up. So yeah, Blue Period, very very good art anime. It almost plays like a sports anime in some ways. There's competitions, there's the training arcs and all that, but it's very very human. It's and there's cool representation here too. There's a queer character, um, the one in black. That's it's a he. Yeah, and cross dressing in Japan, ooh, very contentious. So next one, Super Cup. My word for this one is gentleness. It's just it's a show that made me feel the most comfy, and it came at a great time too. I was a little blue when I watched this. It was like I think a year or two, no, 2 or 3 years ago. Just kind of sort of the end of university and the start of COVID, and the show is just about. It's basically an ad placement. It's just one of I forgot the Japanese company, but it's an actual motorcycle. It's called the
Hi,
Super Cub.
Hayasaki.
Yeah.
Is that actually it?
Yes, I think it's that.
My d-
Kawasaki.
my dad owns owns one, so that's
No,
the only brand. That's why I know the
sure, that's
brand.
base. Nice.
He doesn't
Brand
drive it.
recognition right there.
He stopped driving it after a month for a Harley. So like,
If you're driving it here, it's kind of rough, but if you're in Japan, it's a different story.
yeah. Well, sports bikes just are not comfy to ride for
Yeah,
long
that
periods of
too.
time. Sorry,
Uh,
off
no, it's okay.
topic.
Please chime in when you want to. All the girls are really nice girls. There's no Yuri bait or anything. There's no romance. It doesn't need all that. It's just the main girl is on the right on the white bike, and she just mystically lives alone, no parents whatsoever. But the show starts off with such a gloomy, colorless hue, and then when she tries to ride this bike, just because it just felt like it, there's nothing much going on for her. The gimmick of the show is basically the colors come in. I was like, oh my god, it's such a simple trick, but it evokes that uh, feeling of discovering something that really makes you happy for no discernible reason other than just it just clicks. And they don't overuse that gimmick, luckily. And the rest of the show is basically these two other girls who also are into Super Cubs, and they kind of just with differing personalities, they make a friendship and they work on their hobbies, and that's really it. There's not much the show tries to strive for other than the feeling it gives you, the sense of warmth and gentleness that is shown. And it's also set in like a farther prefecture, so it's not in Tokyo or anything. I forgot where it was. But yeah, I just like the show. Next one. I think it was on one of you guys's Skip and Loafer. Was it Josh? MJ?
I
No,
did
it's
not have.
Josh.
No one had it on.
No one had it?
No.
My only similar one is ping pong.
Yeah, ping pong's my only match.
Okay.
I
no.
don't know what this
some
show is.
Vinland, but that'll be later.
I guess Vinland.
Right. Anyway, Skip and Loafer. Who's seen it?
Nope.
Just me, brother.
Can't
Just you?
say I have.
Okay, you did recommend it. I was surprised, or my word for this one is identity, and it was surprising to me how every character was written so well, and the dialogue felt so organic and natural. Like there wasn't much of the anime trope of how characters turn out, etc. I really like that. I love how plain our main character is, and earnest she is, and there's just a lot of scenes where it's just very comfortable to watch. It's your typical high school setting. Our main character, I kind of relate with her because she came from a small village. Cross off your bingo cards. But yeah,
Yo, he brought it up, guys. He brought it up, guys.
yeah. It is relatable, especially when I think about going back or the times that I have gone back and I meet with my old friends. They're just doing the same thing, but then you still get that comfortable feeling of coming back home. Yeah. So that was nice to see. Next one. So also I realized a lot of these are set in high school.
I mean, most of
The
anime
next-
is.
True. The next one is Mashiro No Oto. It's when those Snow White notes. I forgot the instrument that they play, but it's a music instrument anime. I think it's a shamisen. I can't imagine anyone having watched this one.
I've heard of this one, but I
Yeah.
didn't ever get the opportunity to watch it. But I've heard a lot of good things about it.
It's a bit more serious because it starts off with death in the family, and that death is, I think, oh, my word for it is expectation, specifically societal, parental, etc., what have you. So because of that death, um, it was the death of a very popular shamisen player, and our main character in the middle there, he has a brother who also plays shamisen, and there's a lot of expectations put on them to carry on the legacy of it. And this anime is similar to the one above it, Blue Period. There's just a lot of strife and striving for being the best. And a whole different set of characters who have different reasons for why they do it. Um, how much else I can talk to this about? I really enjoyed the music. Like I have some of the songs on my Spotify. So it's the feeling from the show is evoked through its music. It doesn't need to say much. It's just the reactions of the characters and how they deal with aiming for the top. Next one, Odd Taxi. I love this show because it's the perfect intersection of my appreciation for noirs and western shows. Has anyone watched Ataxi or heard of it?
It's
I've
it's
heard of
one
it.
that I've
Mm.
wanted to watch, but I don't know. I just keep watching trash instead.
Yeah, that was that face. It's all good.
Cause I know it's a good show, so I'm like, if I'm in the mood to sit down and watch a good show, like it's like the first one I'm gonna watch. The thing is, I just haven't like found the right mood for it.
It's all good. It's not as serious as it might come off. Like it can just at times just be episodic and just they're doing some dumb shit. That's what I kind of like about noir,
Hmm
especially modern noir, because it does play like a detective story and with a perspective of a taxi driver, right? And he is quite the art character. I just also love how it ends. It's such a well written show. Um, it oh my word for it is dissociation or antisociality and the effects of that. Because it really
hmm
realistically shows how in Japan, um, I don't want to bring up the sociological term. You just feel alone even with all the people around you. You know, like there's even categories of suicide that come off from feeling lonely because there's no one there. But in Japan, they have a specific one where you're overworked and there's so many people around you, but you feel alone. You don't feel like you connect with anyone, even if you see them every day. So, and I think it's portrayed well in this show because as our taxi driver main character, he does talk to a lot of people, right? A lot of different, very different, unique characters, and them being animals, it's such a good way of portraying how they probably act and how you think they'd act. Um, and it's just it has a bit of, like I said, mental illness and antisociality sprinkled in there, but there's a big arching story that in the end is for the character and is about the character, not the noir aspect of it. So I like how it ties itself around, and it's a perfect ending. Not much I can say about it, spoiling it. But yeah. Next one. What I got? Um, yes, like Josh said, it is melodramatic. My word for it is literally puberty slash superiority complex, because I think it pretty clearly shows when we were at that age, at least I was. You kind of felt like superior to people, and that comes with the melodrama and thinking that I don't need people, I'm good, you know, um, and how that's kind of cringe later on. What else can I say about it?
Who's best girl?
Let's go.
Ishiki, the third.
Damn.
I do like Ishiki.
Yeah.
Honestly, Saki is fucking good.
Dude,
This
Oh,
blue-haired
white
chick,
hair.
right?
yeah. Oof, oof. Man,
Fucking the ponytail, the
It's because she's
yeah.
Gap.
yeah, I know.
She's very gap. Little sister too. Oh my god.
Hella. Dude! I'll link the dojin later. Or I'll link it now.
Thank you. Thank you.
You gotta be on our Patreon to get the exclusive.
And
Yeah.
holy shit. Even the cringe guy, the weeb guy, I've had a character like that before. I've had a friend like that before. You appreciate them. That's kind of the only way they show how to connect with people, right? And if they're earnest about it and they don't mean any harm, then you know, let them be and pay the same amount of effort that they put into trying to reach out to you, despite how odd it may be that they portray that. So, and I guess that's kind of the core line about this show. Everyone does things how they know, but the main challenges of my character is challenged to do things differently and to stop like not giving a shit about himself. So yeah, that's about it. It's a whole topic in itself. This show.
Yeah.
It was a fun one to watch without doing. What's that?
You're gonna look at me being distracted in this moment. It's because I'm trying to find the thread of when I watched it. I'll just share.
If you find it, let me know.
I'll share. I don't post that much on Twitter. Give me like 30 seconds.
Oh, also, best little sister. Komachi.
Yeah, Komachi actually is my favorite. Also, the teacher, I was kind of like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, good teacher.
Bro, when she had
I'm
that
the
line.
biggest fan of her.
No, but when she had
No,
that line
but-
in season 3. Oh, go ahead, Edsel. Sorry.
At the side of the road.
Yeah, and she's like,
Yeah.
you're 10 years young. I was like, oh fuck. Lip
Oh, that
lock
was hot
emoji.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Machi. So, and I like how precocious she is. Like, it's just such a believable sibling relationship.
I will agree with that sentiment. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what?
found it?
I found the thread. I'll link you to the last one.
You just show it on your screen.
Okay. This is my journey. Have we all watched it?
I think John.
John, have you watched it?
What?
Snafu.
Snafu.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay,
all
perfect.
the seasons or just the first one?
It
I
matters.
don't. I think I fell off like
All good.
at close to the very end.
I'm incriminated. Thank you.
But yeah, I remember being incredibly worked up.
All of you two saw that pop.
It's,
Yeah.
It's fine. We can edit that out.
yeah, we'll fix it in post. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly click through this for you.
I remember following this in real
Dude,
time.
these threads, yeah, these threads were so funny when you were doing these.
As much as I love Yui, I do think Yukino is the pick for.
Because they're a week apart. If you notice, I am watching this this weekly. She's objecting to make you happy.
Nah. Yeah, the crying scene hit with the mom. Was like,
it,
dang.
it truly did. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the ending of it.
Yeah, the
She
Toyama
ain't
now
even a
especially.
blue hair girl.
Oh, she's so good.
Yeah, but she always loses. That's how you know.
Not in my heart.
Damn. Alrighty, now to the more action-packed shows. First off, Vinland. My word for that, stewardship. Why? Because Thorfinn and his father just want a better future. But guess what Vinland is? Fucking America. So much about the show. It's just kind of the best subversion from first season to second season. Like I rewatched the first season, I think last year, and it was so good. I love metal. I love all the kind of because I used to be into Celtic or Nordic stuff. Like I read a lot of books about that, like the mythology. It's really cool. But the second season really honed it in how it really committed to its ideals. I don't know what else, much else to say.
Have you only seen the anime?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, just the anime.
You should read
I don't know if I'm ready to
You should
read
the
it.
manga.
Sure. Yeah, I kind of appreciate the animation though. Kind of just wait. I know if I try the manga, I will just do that and not anything else. Especially for this one. But not much else to say on this one. It's just a massive piece of a show. If we did a 3x3 that was about our ratings, I think this would be in there. Next one, ping pong. I think the three of us have it. My word for this is meaning. Like MJ mentioned, on his. Everyone kind of plays the game for their own reasons. Um, it also brings up a very, from my experience, common way of how boys kind of evoke their emotions to each other. It's very jagged because who would teach boys to feel emotion, etc. Um,
Yeah, they're kind of cringe.
yeah, truly. Just play it a sport, bro. Just smash at
Just lift.
people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, dude, I can't-
you're going about this healing wrong. If you can curl 30s, like you're set. I'm telling you.
Bro, if you can bench your body weight, that's all you need.
Oh my god.
Imagine not being able to bench 225. Like
Yeah. And I can't wait to introduce John to not you, John. John to therapy.
Oh
Can't
my
wait.
god.
I can't wait.
Dude, the body dysmorphia is gonna go through the roof.
I can't.
no god.
But anyway, the show so good. Gave me all the feels of sports anime. My favorite. Um, God, what a time! Like all of these shows I have on my 3x3, I would love to rewatch any of these any day. But last one. Anyone heard of Golden Kamuy?
Yes.
Yes,
Very
but I haven't
popular.
watched it.
What'd you say, MJ?
It's very popular.
Yeah, absolutely.
I watched
Um,
like the first season.
I have not
Um,
watched it.
It's a good one. You might enjoy it, John, because I really don't want to say it's close to JoJo because it's not that absurd. But there are moments of absurdity in the show. They do goof around, and that's kind of what I love about it. My word for it is convictions, because our two main characters in the front, they have their own convictions. And also a really cool representation of Ainu in Japan. So that's where I think the border where Russia and Japan met back then. And don't know much about it. And the guy on the bottom right, he's kind of known as the immortal soldier, and I think that's kind of an allegory to how he's just so determined for his ideals. And it's also set in a pretty cool setting, not something I'd be into, just 19 somethings, Cold War or some shit. All the characters are really colorful. They all shine in their own ways. There's a lot of twists in the show, and I kind of love that because it kind of feels like a Western. Or yeah, that is the inspiration of it. But I think it popped off and got really popular in season 3 when there was this really big twist of a character for a character. This was also Derek's recommendation to me, so no, it was good. But I surpassed watching it, and I have stickers on my water bottle of this anime, so that's how much I kind of love it. It's the anime I would recommend to people who don't watch anime and want something that's close to a Western show, a Western show. Yeah, that's not much more to say about that anime. It's just a vibe, as John would say. Do we have any surprises on these picks, or any surprises that are not on here?
The motorcycle anime.
Yeah,
Motorcycle
I did it
anime.
too. Yeah, it's just
You've
With
talked to
vibes.
me about it, but I'm like,
yeah.
wow, impact.
Yeah, I might rewatch that first actually just to see if better.
Yeah, you
Is it-
sent
is it
yours.
just-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, sorry. Is it just vibes too?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes the show just resonates with me and all the characters and all the colors and all the voice acting. It all worked out. I'm like, oh my god, it's perfect. It might be a timing thing too. So. Tim.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I lost my train of thought. But there was something that it reminded me of your introduction, and I could not stop thinking about it. It's not anime, but it reminded me of this scene in the Blues Brothers. You trying to sell us on what your theme was, where it's just like.
Oh, your theme is it?
Where you just kept saying the band over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, the band. No, I do think the overarching theme you have speaks very well. Actually, we all kind of did it. Where like
Yeah, there you go.
there's a big theme you can really connect to each of our personalities based off of like what what you found like the most meaningful and like resonated. Because I know mine is a lot about like identity and finding your own personality. That's what a lot of mine centered around. Yeah, yours is like the band
Yeah, honestly,
and
there
like
are
those
literal bands in
connections.
here too. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. John's about big robots.
Hell yeah.
Predictable.
and political intrigue.
That's also true.
Yes,
I
yes.
was also gonna say representation, but yeah, sure.
Yes. Sorry. That was. And then Josh is a bit harder to describe for me. I don't know how to
It's
say
very
it.
Josh. I don't
It's
know
very
word for it.
personal. Like I think a lot of my
Yeah.
picks are very personal, so it's
Yeah.
That's how it should be. It's for you. It's your list.
actually I'm surprised Skip and Loafer made it.
Yeah, you know how much I paid for that poster. Right? It after watching so many anime set in high school and just finding the perfect band, finally watching that, I was like, damn, this is it. This is the perfect cast. So, yeah, definitely resonated. Thanks for
I'm a, I'm a big fan of Mitsumi's 3A because she voices Kumiko.
you did say, yeah.
So
Very good,
biased.
yeah.
Well, that too, but I really do like all of the characters as well. I do think it's a really wonderful
Yeah.
show. Like, yeah, in general, there's a lot of good things to say about every character in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
Well, most of them.
it just popped into memory, but like the two girls on the right there, the ponytailed girl and the blonde girl, blonde hair. It's a full representation of, the ugly girl being friends with the popular pretty girl, and it's really realistic how they deal with it and how they show the aftermath of that and the apprehensions that each other have for each other. So that was really neat because I've been in that position, like being a new kid, moving around a lot. I've always been the new person. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for making all y'all 3x3s and staying for it.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
I don't know if we feel like doing this again for like other things. I think
I
games
thought-
were brought up.
Down.
I thought it was set in stone that
Yeah.
we're doing video games too.
Yeah, I'd like to do.
I already have my mate.
Oh,
But yeah.
damn.
I don't.
Bro, I'll
One
come
night
to
I was just like, man, I want to know what my favorites are. So I'm glad I sent that. But yeah, let's do games next time.
I'll
Yeah.
show you my 3x3 gotcha board.
And once again, just do your own criteria. You don't have to follow the general criteria that we all follow. Just do what works for you. Do we have homework this coming weekend, or is that?
It's not this weekend. I'm out
Not
both
this
To
nights.
weekend?
finish Owari season 1 by next week.
Got it.
Right? All of man. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you have this weekend and next weekend.
I will do my
Okay.
best.
It's Edsel.
What do
I
you
need
mean?
to-
He's been watching it. I haven't been.
I need to watch it
What-
too because I
what-
don't remember it.
Okay.
But
Well, this does take longer than one would think. Well, we started at 7:30. No, 8:30.
I can tell you we've spent about 3.5 hours discussing our things.
And we can also break it up, guys. We can do like 2, 2, 1 or something. I don't know.
I
But
mean, yeah, this way was fine. I like it too when we have it in multiple sessions, so that way I don't have to
Yeah, so no one.
I mean,
feels
I
like
already
they
have to
track.
write out like 50 timestamps, but like
Thanks
What a
for that.
good producer.
doing it in
Yeah.
2 That's why I always look distracted. If you watch these back, you're like, Tim is
Yeah, 'cause
never.
you gotta mark all the timestamps.
I have to mark all the timestamps, and what's worse is there's no words. Like, bless MJ put his in chat. You guys don't have to because that's why I've been distracted.
Oh right.
Because I need
There's
to
no
figure
change.
out.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how to spell these shows. I haven't watched them, so I'm like, I just.
Oh, we can do that for you next time, producer. Yeah,
It'll be a
screen
lot
like a note.
easier.
Yeah.
Or just pick posters that have like the name on them.
You can also just put timestamps because usually we do the shows in the same order anyways, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, 1 to 9, you know which ones they are.
Yeah, but still, it's more interesting if you know, if you can stuff. But it's just like Jaku. What is it? Jaku-Chara?
Yes.
Why is there's an H there? We just didn't pronounce it.
don't- I used
Other good ones. Kuzu no Honkai. I heard Honkai. It was not followed by Star Rail. Immediate, like, I literally phonetically spelled most of what Jeanne said. When you hit me with Gundam 00, and I'm like, well, I will figure out what that one means later.
Oh, it's just 2 zeros.
Yeah, that's probably true. Your other one, where I literally phonetically spelled it out. Gundam 0080.
Oh.
So that's what I'm working with. That's why I look so distracted. Is because I'm like, what the hell is the actual title?
0080.
Yes, but you chose
That's
the letter O, and I was like, is it a number?
That's just how the series has been called for like since forever.
Mhm.
I actually wrote mine, so I'll send it to you, Tim, just in case.
You don't need to.
You're done? Okay.
I literally wrote it out as we were going along.
Alright. So moving forward, let's break it up so it's not 3 hours, because if we do this along with our homework too, it's gonna feel like forever, right? Games next. We're all good for games.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
not.
games.
We're not doing it next week. We're gonna do it like the
Yeah,
week
no.
after.
You can take a while. It's fine.
Or we can do it like a few weeks after even.
Yeah, main reason I say that, we gotta finish Owari. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to. We cannot be bottlenecked on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should put this in whenever we have like a longer arc, personally. So instead of like taking a week off, we just do this instead. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That it is a good kind of break.
Okay,
It's still homework, but it's much faster.
it's calendar time. Okay.
If-
So, if we, where the fuck is month view?
You do mode. Just press M.
Okay, we're here. Owari, are we good to do games this night? It's
Sure.
like
Okay,
the 17th-ish, somewhere that weekend.
Wait, what's our next arc?
It's
Are we
the
doing movies?
No, we're skipping movies. Are we going straight after
yeah.
movies? What if we go after movies? We do like the long drag thing. You know what I mean?
Which one is that?
Well, it's the mini stuff, mini episodes,
Sure. Yeah. That works.
and then we come back
'Cause
to
that
the
one's-
movies.
That one's technically 6 episodes.
That's
if you do
Saturday?
the run-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
we not
da-
doing Sunday.
it's a weekend. I'm I'm trying to generalize like which weekend. So next weekend we're gonna do our regular book club.
Sure.
Sean, you cool if somewhere along Family Day-ish, long weekend,
Sure.
we discuss the games.
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
Three of
We
us
leave on the
cannot.
24.
Yeah, 23 to the 25th. MJ, Josh, and I cannot. We're going to Ethan's cabin.
That's
What
good
day
to know.
specifically did you want? I mean, we could do it the weekend before. It's
Yeah, we can do the weekday because it's.
Let's
I guess
do.
it's reading week for us. But...
We'll do some combination of this weekend for the games, and then we won't worry. We'll worry about what we're doing for the rest of Monogatari.
Oh,
afterwards.
game. The
Yes,
I
our
thought
3x3 games. Yes. We'll do it on this 16th to 19th. We'll cram it in
Sure.
there. But
Mhm.
Okay.
next week we'll finish Owari because as long as we finish the season, I don't really care how long it takes us to get to
So
the
it's
next
still
one.
3 to 8, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
what do you mean 3 to 8?
Episodes 3 to 8. That's what we
I had to
allow.
check
No,
how many episodes there are. No, it's not 3
It's
to
6. It's the last 6.
8.
Oh, sorry. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the rest of the year.
I'm
Right.
still back in the last one.
like such numbers.
Oops.
Nice.
Very
Fuck, man, I have to
nice.
think about mine. Shit.
You can have Overwatch on yours.
Probably, but
I
I'll try.
probably will.
I
I'll
played
figure
too many
out
games,
anyway.
so I'm separating my multiplayers.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
you gotta include it. You gotta include multis.
You get 1 3x3.
All video games.
Video games.
I better not see any Magic Arena on there.
It's not.
I'm trolling you.
Hey, can we not gatekeep what counts as games?
Yeah. I almost put domestic nostalgia in my hand. I should make a spicy one, actually. Yeah, I like. I have a few spicy ones. I like. Yeah, I'll make.
A
I'll
hot
you
take
try-
anime one. We can do that one too.
Not a hot
Oh,
take, but like
guys.
spicy.
What's spicy mean?
Bordering on hentai.
I
Ones
have a
that you will defend that people think are classically bad.
Sure.
or Rainbow's top one.
That's
Oh,
number one. I mean, I'm
oh
having
my
that one
God.
for sure.
It's so
100%.
bad.
It's so good.
Actually, I say
Oh.
that, but I would defend domestic girlfriend.
Yeah, hell yeah. Did you play the song Osu?
The true question is, would you ever bat for Eromanga Sensei?
No, God, no. This is the bad Orimo. What the fuck?
I don't think I've watched that many bad shows. That's my problem.
Put
I don't
interspecies
know. You
reviewer.
see some bad isekais every now and
Yeah,
again.
but I wouldn't defend them.
True,
Death of
true.
Mecha was bad.
Shit, bad anime that I defend.
I don't have that many.
I feel like I
Al-
can't make a 3 by
Noah?
3.
Alden was good. Minus the last what, like 3 episodes of season 2.
Square up, Johnny.
You know, actually, I don't want to finish that sentence.
No, say it. I smell a hot take.
I defend 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh my god. That's the first thing I want to cancel you on.
It gets
First
harder.
season was
He's
fun.
such a fucking pervert, dude.
I've only watched the first season,
My God.
but I would defend the first season.
Okay, fair. I want to defend Psychono, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend.
That Kano's so boring. That anime is so boring, but she's so hot.
Exactly. So it's bad. I mean, I want to defend.
The apparently the writing for that show is really good, but the anime butchered it. So that's it's one of those shows.
Oh, and Are You the Only One Who Loves Me? Oresuki. Ah.
That's bringing up core memories. Wait,
Oh, such a good one. Oh, Quintuplet's gonna be up there.
I don't think that's.
It's true, it's not bad.
People love Quince. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's a bad series. People are just mad.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, High School DD is probably one.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dude, High School of the Dead. that'd be a good one.
No, because to this day, I still stand by the fact that High School DD is actually a banger action anime. It's just that, like, the anime just, like, cash grabbed the shit out of it. Yeah.
It did seem
Yeah.
like that.
That's,
Sad. Overlord. Hell yeah.
Yep, third season was really good. Yeah. Third season was a crime against humanity, so.
Anyway,
Yeah. That would sound fun, but.
for later, let's do all the
Yeah.
I
First,
Do the game
yeah.
round first.
Not for games, I think I want to do movies. That's gonna be like
I
Oh,
No
might-
anime movies allowed.
No anime
You
movie.
put it in.
No anime movies.
So here's the kissing anime.
Thank you.
Ooh, soccer game.
Thank you.
Yeah, the movie one will be
Uh,
Yeah.
interesting. Can I put Shrek on it?
Dude, I was
put
gonna
it,
put
yeah,
I'll
put
put
it.
Shrek
Yeah,
too.
congratulations.
no
That was a good
Japanese
touching.
movies. No Japanese animated movies.
Okay,
I feel like I
okay.
don't have enough English movies.
God,
to
movie
put
one
on.
is gonna be so fucky for me.
Dude, I'm gonna have fucking an Adam Sandler movie. Relax, you'll be fine.
Yeah, let me just put. Yeah, just put Boran in the middle. My laugh.
Criteria movies that resonated with.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Okay. I'll make my games 3x3 actually.